John Deere L110 mower, no power.
Thank you for choosing Just Answer. My name is XXXXX I will do my best to help you find the answer you need to resolve your problem. Before you do anything, check the fuse and the safety switches, seat, brake and PTO/blade. To further test the electrical system, you will need a voltmeter. Okay, to test the electrical system should be relatively easy. First, check the battery and make sure you have 12 volts. This will tell us if the battery is good, and we'll double check the voltmeter. Next, test the battery side of the starter solenoid. You should have 12 volts there at all times. Now find the small wire that comes off the solenoid and goes to the ignition switch. With a helper sitting on the seat, blades off and brake/clutch and turn the key to start. This should give you 12 volts to that small wire at the solenoid. No power indicates a problem in the safety switch and/or ignition switch. The next test, this is my guess at the failure point, is the starter side of the solenoid. With the same setup as the last test, key in start position, you should be getting 12 volts to this post. If not, then the solenoid is bad. After that, you can test the same way at the starter, key in start position. If you are getting 12 volts all the way to the starter and it is not turning, then the starter should be removed and bench tested.
I have an electrical voltmeter. How do I check the battery with it? Can I just put one probe on the pos and on the neg and it should read 12 volts?
Yes, set it to DC. Black goes on neg and red to pos. You should have 12.5 to 13 volts at the battery. The other checks, you want to put the black lead on a bare metal part of the tractor or leave it on the neg terminal of the battery. The red lead will do the testing.
Battery looks good, key switch looks good, the pos wire runs to a solenoid that runs a pos wire to the starter. There are also two terminals that go back to the key switch. I get 12 volts to the top of this solenoid, but I do not get anything out of the bottom. I believe this is the bad part. What is it called, so I can order a new one? Thank you.
Yes, the second large wire from the solenoid runs to the starter. If you are getting power from the ignition switch to the solenoid and nothing out to the starter, you only get power at the second terminal when the key is in the start position. Then it is bad. This is simply called a starter solenoid. Any small engine shop should have these. All they will need to know is that you have two small terminals that go to the ignition switch.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert, now visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.